Tonight, a special edition of World News Tonight from Kyiv, Ukraine. Our exclusive interview with President Volodymyr Zelensky. And the breaking news here involving the nuclear power plant. The interview at a critical moment in this war. Our time inside the heavily fortified office of the president. Armed guards outside and guards inside at every turn. And tonight, that new concern involving the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant here, the largest nuclear plant in Europe. Already using backup power, that line shut down, forced to use one of the reactors to power the others, to power the critical cooling systems. Tonight, President Zelensky says this is because of Russian shelling at the plant. Zelensky telling me Russia has turned the plant, in essence, into a nuclear weapon. Also tonight, Ukraine's major counteroffensive now underway. What the president revealed to us about the new push. We ask, how does this war end? Zelensky saying of Russia, we cannot have dialogue with the terrorists. And tonight, Zelensky asking the U.S. to designate Russia a state sponsor of terrorism. And this evening, President Zelensky and what he said about his own safety. Do the Russians want him dead? What his intelligence team has told him. He talks about his wife, his children, still in hiding here in Kyiv. And tonight, his message to Americans back in the U.S. Our exclusive interview, and then Mary Bruce at the White House, Martha Raddatz live in Washington. Also tonight, the breaking news involving former President Trump. A judge says yes to Trump's request for a special master after the FBI search at Mar-a-Lago. In the east, the threat of dangerous storms heading into tonight, flash flooding possible, and in the west, the wildfires turning deadly. The massive manhunt tonight, 2 men wanted in the fatal stabbings of 10 people in Canada. And in the U.S., the deadly plane crash off Washington State. Tonight, news coming in on the search for the plane and the passengers. A special edition of World News Tonight begins now.
From ABC News, this is a special edition of World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from Kyiv, Ukraine.
And good evening tonight from the capital of Kyiv. We are in Ukraine for our exclusive interview with President Zelensky, and it comes at a critical juncture in this war. Tonight, Ukraine's counteroffensive, its effort to push back the Russians, is now underway. President Zelensky making it clear to us this is not just in the south and Kherson, this is elsewhere too. And that news tonight right here in Ukraine, troubled yet again at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The backup power line, which is now the main power source at that plant, has been shut off because of shelling nearby. They're now relying on power from one of the reactors to power the entire plant, to power those critical cooling systems inside the plant. In our exclusive interview inside the presidential office building here at Kyiv, I can tell you there were multiple checkpoints, heavily secured, guards outside, and then the armed guards inside, in every hallway, at every doorway. And President Zelensky told me he knows he is still a target. President Zelensky telling us Russia has essentially turned that nuclear plant into a nuclear weapon. He says he asked President Biden to designate Russia a state sponsor of terrorism. And he said of Russia, we cannot have dialogue with terrorists. We ask about the atrocities the world saw just about 40 minutes outside this city in Bucha. We asked, is Vladimir Putin a war criminal? Should he be prosecuted? And we ask, how will this war end? Our interview tonight with President Zelensky. Response. When we come back here on this Monday night, that massive manhunt in Canada, 10 people fatally stabbed in one of the country's deadliest mass killings, and the dangerous weather threat in the Northeast at this hour. We'll take you through it. Next tonight here, extreme weather taking aim at the Northeast at this hour. 80 million Americans on alert from Alabama to Maine for potential flash floods. When we come back here tonight, a powerful image, a final thought on what we have seen here in Ukraine.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, sponsored by Tespire.
A final thought tonight. We saw it here in Kyiv. We saw it driving through Ukraine when we crossed over the Poland border. The children outside in this country playing again. Millions have gone back to school, many in different towns, in different villages, in different countries. And an image of resilience from right here inside Ukraine. Children on a swing set in Mariupol. The playground surrounded by buildings there damaged in the war. The children, as President Zelensky told me here, forced to grow up too quickly in this war. We will be right here again tomorrow night reporting inside Ukraine on the alleged war crimes and the international effort for justice here. I'm David Muir. I hope to see you right back here tomorrow night from Ukraine. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir America's most watched newscast.